DNVR Broncos live, coming to you from Studio A here at the DNVR Bar, where the A stands for OBJ.
Yay!
That's so
terrible. Baltimore.
No.
There isn't even...
No, it has to make the A sound.
Baltimore's better than OBJ.
No, you're wrong.
OBJ? It's 3 letters.
It has an A sound.
But it has a J letter.
Yeah, but you have to think about the way it sounds.
Oh, there isn't even an A in the word.
Wait, but Henry, what? You're confused about that. I'm confused. Why is he junior and not second?
Because he felt like it.
He came before Pat Surtain, so his parents didn't know what was cool at the time.
Oh,
that's true.
Yeah.
So you get to choose if you're a junior or a second. Well, not you.
You're
your
not,
parents.
Well, definitely
I
the
thought there
parents
was
of
a
anybody.
distinction.
No,
Didn't
yeah,
we go
there
through
is.
this?
If you're named after your father, then it's junior. If you're named after anybody else, it's second.
But Pat Surtain was named after his father.
Right.
Yeah, so
He should be a junior.
It's just
Except
about the
that
vibes.
So it should be he should be PSJ.
Yeah. And I'm glad he's not. But again, like
That's very close to PSG, the soccer team.
he made the second.
Sounds like an oil company.
Could be that too.
Yeah.
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 Most soccer teams are oil companies at this point.
So then actually we're giving credit to Pat Surtain and his wife for doing the right thing and naming him second
The older
instead
Pat
of
Surtain.
junior. Exactly, yes.
Pat
I just
Surtain
think
the
they just
first.
thought this sounds cooler.
Well, and it does. That's why
does.
we're giving them credit for understanding that.
Yep, they made it cool.
They knew that PlayStation 2 was going to come out sometime in Pat's life.
It
It
probably
was
out.
definitely already out.
It was out.
No way.
Yeah,
When was
Definitely.
Pat born? No.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
not the PS2.
Dude, the PS2 came out when I was like 7.
Yeah, and oh damn, that's just a harsh reality of how much older I am than Pat.
Probably right on point.
I was thinking
First
Pat was
PlayStation
like
2
4 years younger than
came
me.
out March 4th, 2000.
and he
Thanks,
was
Yaya.
born.
I bet he wasn't born then.
Oh, he wasn't close.
No, I bet he was born then.
Oh. Oh shit, accidentally clicked on Florida instead of Wikipedia. There we go.
Born April 4th, 2000.
So it was out and it was like already in the
Yep.
ether.
Wait, so we just missed a Pat Surtain birthday. April 4th?
Yes.
April 14th. Don't listen to him.
April 14th. I was going to say, because that means the Broncos also missed a birthday shout out
That
to
would be
him.
hilarious.
You can't be doing that.
All right.
Wow.
We just solved it. That's why they went with the second.
Yeah, impressive.
Wow.
Impressive. Thank you, Sony?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sony.
Thank you, Sony.
Okay. So, the news of the day yesterday, probably the news of the week, the way the NFL news cycle is moving
Sure.
right now, is that the Baltimore Ravens, interestingly, made a strong move to go out and get Odell Beckham Jr. It sounded like the Jets were kind of, I don't know what the word is, tiptoeing, trying to get in there.
Effing around.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Slow playing it. The Ravens said, you know what, F it. Here you go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yep.
And he bit 1 year, 15 guaranteed,
Yep.
up to 18.
Yep, exactly.
It's a big deal.
It's a great
Yep.
deal. And I was talking with someone and I said, this has to mean that Lamar's coming back, right? Like Odell's not going to go to the Ravens without a quarterback. And the person said, or he just wanted money. And I thought, yeah, that could be the case. I mean,
Could be the
$15
money.
million for a guy that hasn't played in an entire year, wasn't on a team last year, and he was hurt on top of it. Like, yeah, that's pretty hard to pass up.
Yeah, it is. And also shout out to DraftKings Sportsbook for being our presenting sponsor.
Shout out to Alex in the comments for showing you, or did you not even see that?
No,
Oh, okay.
that was Alex. Alex was rough on us on Friday or whatever day.
Oh,
it was.
really?
Yeah.
I missed that.
Whatever, yeah. The Mac Jones day.
Oh, is that
He was
who it-
not a fan of the conversation.
Dang, and you know
Wow.
what? We could have that conversation again later in the week. I don't think we will, but we could, because report comes out today from Albert Andrew Breer. Andrew
Wow.
Albert Breer. I honestly get confused on what his real name is now. Because he said that Mac Jones has officially lost the Patriots organization.
He's
He's
lost
like
the
lost
organization.
the backing of the organization
Where did
or
it go?
people in the organization. I don't know. Maybe he's got the stomach instead of the back.
Maybe he has the stomach. That's true. Sure. I mean, Bailey Zappi, Mac Jones.
We're not doing
Is there
this.
a
We're
difference?
not doing this.
Is there a difference? That's all. I mean, Jarrett Stidham, Mac Jones. Is there a difference? There's no difference between any of these guys. They're
Yes,
all just
there-
backup quarterbacks.
There is, for sure. Anyways, OBJ.
Yep.
First of all, let's start here. Do you think it means Lamar's back? Do you think it mattered at all to the Ravens? Because I don't care about OBJ in this situation. Sure, he could be securing the bag. Why would the Ravens pay someone a 1-year deal to come play wide receiver if they didn't have their guy?
I mean, it's got to mean that they're and then also the screenshot of Lamar and OBJ talking after. He's got to be back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Henry's getting called out for having sunburned knees.
Oh, wow.
It's been rough. We landed at 1 last night.
This
Wow.
morning?
Yeah, I guess this morning.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, either way.
I went to sleep at 10 p.m. last night.
What? So that's how you were able to do Saturday night, the way you did it.
Yeah, Saturday night was big.
Because honestly,
I forgot until 2 a.m. that Sunday was Easter.
wow. Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, shit, I have to go to Boulder tomorrow.
Yeah, see, you invited me out at like 9 p.m. on Saturday night, and I was like, man, I gotta wake up and do a whole day of Easter tomorrow. Didn't get back to my
This
place.
is the most you and me thing ever. You were like on point. You knew the schedule. Me, I just live in the moment. And then I'm like, oh, shit, I got to be up and go to Boulder.
And
What
then-
is a full day of Easter?
Oh,
He's got to do the double family thing.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
Wow.
And not only the double family thing, but drive up to Boulder. So I did that drive, then drive to Longmont, and then do the hour drive home. I mean, it was a 9 to 5
triangle.
shift
Wow.
yesterday that we
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel that.
I went whale watching.
Dang.
I almost called in sick to my own family's Easter.
But you couldn't because you had posted on social media that you were up at 7 watching soccer.
Yep.
So they would have called BS.
That was devastating. Devastating game for Leeds yesterday.
Wow.
Oh, dang.
0-0?
Woke up for
The
it.
least fun
That would be
the
devastating.
least fun I've had since I became a Leeds fan.
A blowout or a close loss?
They
at
had
the
a
end?
1-0 lead until the 45th minute, so right before halftime.
Yeah.
Gave up a goal going into the half. Literally evaporated all their momentum. They got outscored 4-0 in the second half.
Yikes.
I was terrible.
When do they get to redeem themselves?
It's next weekend.
Dang.
Okay.
My mom and my grandma yesterday up in Montana just went out to the reservation, went to a casino. My grandma won like $1,700.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a good
That's a
Easter.
way to spend Easter.
I had
Yeah.
John Rahm to win the Masters, so
What'd you
I
get
didn't
at
have to
that?
drive or anything.
What'd you get
Wow.
at that?
I got it at like plus 300 with a boost.
Still pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was fun. That was fun to watch.
And everyone was rooting against Liv, I imagine.
Should be.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. They're gross.
yep.
Actually, I wish I could have cheered for Phil. Not that I watched any of it the last 3 days, but I wish I could have cheered for Phil Mickelson. I'll say that. The fact that he sucks now, like
Yeah.
he always kind of sucked, but like he's a part of my childhood. It's like, yeah, I would have loved that.
The thing that I shouldn't say, which is, good credit for them, ASU went 1-2 in the Masters. Both John Rahm and Phil Mickelson went to ASU.
Wow. So
I thought-
Pac-12 love. Maybe not ASU love.
Isn't John Rahm from Spain?
He is, but he went to ASU.
Wow.
You're allowed to go to colleges if you're from out of the country.
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah.
I would have guessed he golfed in Spain and not Arizona.
I mean, he probably played it perfectly.
Wow.
Maybe.
Grew up in Spain. That sounds
True.
dope.
Yeah.
Spain
Move
sounds
to
better.
Arizona. Go to Arizona State for college.
Arizona
That's
State
definitely
does,
dope.
Yeah.
No. I couldn't get behind Arizona State.
Yeah, especially if you're going to play
If you're
golf.
trying to have a
you
good
don't-
time.
Yeah.
It's just hot.
Oh my
That's a
god.
great place for
Spa-
golf.
Spain sounds way
Henry
better.
can't handle heat in the air on his food.
On the
true.
beach,
Yeah.
he doesn't know how to use sunscreen.
Only people with like Henry's skin tone get sunburned on their knees.
You know
I
how there's
forgot about
you know how
my
there's
knees.
you know how there's neards when like you forget when like a typically it's a girl forgets to shave her knees and then
No, I've never heard of this.
and it grows a beard or it grows hair, so it's called the neared. It's a knee beard.
Never heard of that.
You've never heard of that.
No.
Maybe it's just something my fiance made up. I don't know. I never pointed out to her. She's always like, I miss like a crack. What would a sunscreen or a sunburned knee be called?
None.
Probably just a
burn.
sunburn.
Sunburned knee? That's boring. We were just given a subtle shot by our producer, Yahir.
Yeah,
He,
threw up the-
he
threw up
put
the-
up a clock and said, you guys got to get out by a certain time. Get back on track.
Who is
so
scheduling
little
things for
tracks.
right when we're supposed to be ending?
People that don't know who we are.
The tracks that we have for the show are about a mile long, so we can hit them at any time.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
But let's get to it right now. Should the Broncos have made a 1-year, $15 million guaranteed with incentives up to $18 million deal for Odell Beckham Jr.?
Nope.
Yesterday?
No.
No. They shouldn't have. With Jerry Jeudy and Courtland Sutton, and then also Tim Patrick, he's not in trade talks, but with those three on the roster, it would have made not only 0 sense, it would have been irresponsible to offer Odell Beckham Jr. this deal, because right now the Broncos have $7 million in cap space. They, as Henry's detailed, they only need like $1 million for their draft class. So they have like $6 million to work with. But with this 1-year deal, they wouldn't have been able to push money into the future and only had a $2 million cap hit. So they would have had to restructure. That means move things around in the future, kind of hurt their future in order to get Odell here. And it just does not make sense to hurt their future of the team to help their wide receiver room the way it is constructed right now.
Okay, I can get behind that, and I agree. But that doesn't mean this had to be the last move.
Right.
So the question is, should they have made this move and then shaken up the wide receiver room in a different way? So do you sign OBJ and trade Courtland Sutton? Do you sign OBJ and trade Jerry Jeudy? To me, I could have gotten on board with the idea of signing Odell Beckham Jr., trading Courtland Sutton.
And I could have got...
And it's about a $1-for-$1 amount.
And I could have got behind that as well. Then you don't have to restructure anything as well because of that little cushion you have with the $7 million. But you lose value in Jerry Jeudy, in Courtland Sutton on the trade market if you sign Odell, and then you're reaching out to teams saying, you want Courtland? You want Jerry? Teams are going to say, well, now I know you're going to have to get rid of them. So I would have been okay with it if they would have traded one of these guys first, then signed OBJ. But I just think now the way they did this, they just would have lost so much value.
Yep. Just don't need more injured players.
So it's the injured part.
I mean, honestly, I feel really good about Jerry Jeudy, Courtland Sutton, Tim Patrick. Not like that's a top 5 group in the league or anything, but I think that you're in good shape there. I think that if you got rid of Courtland and put in OBJ, then all of a sudden you're one injury away, or, throw that in, then maybe Tim Patrick isn't himself, and then all of a sudden you're left with Jerry Jeudy and nothing else. You're in a good situation. I also don't know that you need the personality. Just, there really was no appeal to me.
Okay. Yaya will just throw any comment on the screen.
I like
one play for OBJ. That's what we're saying. We're saying he's built a whole career off of the one sick catch.
Wow.
Henry, can we get some stats pulled up on OBJ?
My favorite one is so that Super Bowl run with the Rams, that playoff stage. So his per game numbers would have been, I think, 1,227 yards
Just in the playoffs.
Yeah, so if you took those numbers, put them over the entire season, a little over 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. And again, he didn't play the second half of the Super Bowl because he tore his ACL in that game.
And that's also playing against playoff teams, so you would assume higher quality defensive backs and defenses.
Right, but OBJ has been a very, very good wide receiver in the NFL for the entirety of his career, outside of injury and the weird drama that spun up one season in New York.
So you certainly could have Jerry Jeudy and Odell Beckham Jr. on the field at the same time. That'd be great, of course.
Oh, yeah.
But when you're profiling who is Odell Beckham Jr. most like and who would he be best to replace, I guess, you'd probably say he's Jerry Jeudy. So, Ryan, I know you don't want to get rid of Jerry Jeudy. And no one wants to get rid of him, but you really don't want to move on from him. Let's say a team last Friday called and said, we'll give you the 22nd pick in the draft for Jerry Jeudy. No, you know that Odell's still on the market. And you make a quick call to Odell, say, would this deal that the Ravens gave him get him to sign in Denver? He says yes. Do you make that deal to move Jerry for mid-20s pick?
So it's essentially Jerry Jeudy for a first-round pick and OBJ minus $15 million.
Yep.
Yep.
With a little bit of restructuring down the road, too.
No.
Oh, wow. I thought I was going to get you to bite. Henry, would you do that?
No.
Wow.
It's just, it's OBJ for 1 year. Because
the way I look at OBJ is like this incredible luxury that was just sitting out there available. I don't look at him as I want to replace my wide receiver 1 with Odell Beckham Jr.
Exactly. Like, he would have been awesome for a season. But he's kind of just the hired gun, bring him in. He's going to turn 31 during the season.
Yeah.
Are you going to bring him back for a season in which he's going to turn 32 and keep giving big money? Probably not. So where does that leave you? With Courtland Sutton and Tim Patrick. And I like when you have all 3 of your big 3. When you just have those 2, not a great situation.
So this is the first time. It's pretty funny. Every time that the big name player is signed over these past couple of weeks, we come in and we all 3 say, why didn't the Broncos offer $7 million in order to get the tight end you really liked? Or why didn't the Broncos offer $7 million in order to get CJGJ? Or why did the Broncos not offer $5 million to get Bobby Wagner? We're all on the same page with this one. We all say, nope, it just didn't make sense. And I guess the big difference with this one is OBJ's just as big of a name as any of those guys, but the value was not there. There's no value with OBJ, whereas all these other players, there was value.
Watch this, though. So all of us agree, right?
Yep.
Not under these circumstances. I said maybe if you wanted to make a move with Courtland, but I agree with your point that you would have had to make the move first so as not to seem desperate to move it. But my old theory, everyone that responds to this on Twitter will say, why would you guys think that they should sign OBJ? Even though we put it out as a question that we all answered a question that I think was worth discussing for about 7 minutes. And we move on. But people are going to be, that didn't listen to the show, will be mad that we asked the question, because people, when they see a question, just assume your answer is the one they don't like.
It's exactly true. And I feel better I don't feel as much stress about putting this one out than I did with the Mac Jones.
I have a question for you.
Oh.
So it's Monday, right?
Yeah.
But it is going to be 72 degrees today. If you had a long weekend of drinking, do you still have the green light to have a warm weather beer on Monday?
Definitely. Especially because it's the first warm weather Monday.
Yep. Exactly. Like, it's kind of like a free extra weekend day if Monday happens to be warmer than the weekend.
Yeah, it's very true. And this week we have 4 or 5 super nice days of weather. Then this weekend's crummy. What's that about?
I know it is kind of crazy. But I'm doing my best to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Going to the Rockies game tomorrow.
Nice.
You gotta take advantage. So then when the weekend comes around, you're not all doom and gloom.
It's very true.
Best way to take advantage of it, Breck Brew in the sun.
Bang.
Go home tonight. It's 5 o'clock. Sun's starting to set.
Yeah.
You got a strawberry sky on the porch.
Oh, this is strawberry sky weather.
Yeah, it is. So check out our friends over at Breckenridge Brewery, and you can get Breck Brews anywhere you live. All you got to do is check out the Breck Brew locator. Go to breckbrew.com/beer locator to find the nearest Breck Brews to you.
You know what's also great about this weather is it makes being outside and playing sports outside just perfect. And you can do that over with our friends at Volo Sports. Of course, you don't need nice weather to join our bowling league, which starts up soon. Make sure to sign up by April 13th. That's inside, so you don't have to worry about it. But all their other spring leagues.
Outdoor bowling, if you could execute it, would be sick.
That's the one downside of bowling, is when it's a nice day outside. If you could do it outside, it'd be so nice. But then also in the middle of the summer when it's so hot, you do want to be inside, so it's nice there.
Oh, I wonder if that's why it's so popular in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Because I feel like everybody out there bowls.
Yeah.
There isn't one Midwestern person who doesn't just bowl twice a week.
Yeah,
it's
I wonder
probably
what the
because of those winters.
per capita are.
It's cold 9 months a year. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, you've got to do that. But it's not here. If you want to play kickball, soccer, volleyball, softball, cornhole, bocce ball, basketball, pickleball, bowling, mini golf, flag football, and even more, check out our friends over at Volo Sports, where if you use the promo code DNVR10 when you sign up, you're going to get $10 off your sign up. And again, spring leagues close in just 3 days, April 13th. So check them out. Volo Sports. You can also click the link in our description and use that promo code DNVR10 to get in on these leagues, specifically the bowling league.
Literally every one of those sounds fun to me.
Oh, it sounds amazing.
If I had enough time, I would play in every Volo league.
Yep, one Monday through Sunday.
Yes. That would be sick. I should retire and just be a Volo guy.
I was talking to my fiance about this recently. If you retire and you have enough money and you're able enough, retirement sounds amazing.
Oh, yeah.
But once you hit a certain age and your body can't do as much anymore, it sounds boring. But if you have the money and the time and the abilities, you would sign up for one of these a day. And then boom, there you go. There's retirement.
Only downside is, you'd be in Cabo 3 out of every 4 weeks.
That's very true.
Your teammates would be pissed.
It's true.
But yeah, I agree. Although I wonder if there's 70-year-old retired dudes who are just bored now and they're just picking up remote jobs that they can just work from home.
Probably. Yeah. I would think so.
They're just I'll answer calls for this is
I feel like that happens to a lot of people. They take a couple years of retirement, do all the trips, and they're like, I'm just bored now.
Yeah. I mean, I would just live on a golf course and I could never get bored.
7 days a week.
Yeah.
You decide between 9, 18, and 36
Right.
each day. That's
Yeah.
your biggest decision.
Go 27 if you're.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, it's true.
So-
Cart, no cart.
In 2014, the Washington Post put together a map of every bowling alley in the United
Oh
States.
my god! Holy cow!
I know.
I love
And
research,
so,
Henry.
number of bowling alleys, like, yeah, it's a hot spot
Oh
right
my
up
God.
there.
We're in the death zone of bowling alleys.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you go per capita.
Oh baby.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It's extremely Midwest heavy.
Yeah.
But per capita, Denver is Denver kind of in that,
I mean,
or is that like
It's
Kansas?
not in the cold
it's probably the
zone.
transplants.
It's,
It looks
It's,
like-
it's kind of like all around Denver.
It looks like Utah is like the death, or Nevada is the death zone of bowling alleys.
Or-
I guess there's other things
What
to
is
do
that? Is that
inside in
Arizona?
Nevada.
That's New Mexico.
New Mexico or
Yeah.
Arizona sure is empty.
Yeah, yeah, it really is.
Wow, that is crazy.
Yeah, I think there's none in Hawaii. Like 2.
Looks like
That kind of
there's
makes sense. Other things
about
to do there.
6.
6.
Yeah.
I actually would have thought Arizona would be another big place just because it's so hot. You'd like to go and do
Yeah.
something
Oh.
indoors.
Definitely.
But if you live there, you probably like the heat.
Yeah, but also
know
when
if you
I
can like
used to visit
120.
Arizona, one of my friends was on the bowling team, so that made me
Oh,
like turn
right,
made
right.
it seem like a big bowling place to me. So we went bowling all the time.
Your friend was the only one.
Him and his teammates, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. You found the only bowlers.
This reminds me of when I asked Quinn Meinertz what he would do if he had Russell Wilson's contract, and he said he wants a house that has a bowling alley in it, and if he had as much money as Russell has, he would build a house with 2 lanes.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Really upgrade.
That's
Yeah.
always been a dream of mine too. I feel like that's like a top flex.
Yeah.
Would you rather have that or a basketball court in your house?
Indoor basketball court. I would go bowling alley.
Me too.
Really?
bowling
Me
alley.
too.
Wow.
It's just more.
Because like you can only like
You can invite the boys over to play. You
right
know,
like you can shoot.
Bad
hoops.
example. You can invite the boys over to shoot.
the boys
hoops.
don't
How
want to
about
get all
this?
sweaty.
How about this? How about like you shoot hoops? There's no like score. Like I would be downstairs every day trying to roll a 300.
Yeah, it's just such a great solo activity. I don't need a good jumper.
Man.
I mean, I already have a good jumper,
Not the
so can't
answer.
relate.
Okay, there we go. That's the answer I was expecting.
Yeah, I mean it'd be fun to have.
Yeah.
Have you seen Aaron Gordon's house?
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon's house essentially is a basketball court.
Yeah.
Does every NBA player have a basketball court in their house?
Half of them just live in those
His is
apartments
like-
over there.
That's true.
His is like a basket. At least from the picture I saw, made it seem like the basketball
Yeah.
court is like a courtyard in the middle of a house that like surrounds it.
Oh, that is too cool. Outdoors or
Indoors.
Indoors.
Man, that is too cool.
It's pretty sick.
Oh, man.
He has like lounge chairs around it too.
And like Lamborghinis just parked next
yeah,
to
that's
it.
right. Yeah.
Oh man, do we know what part of town this is in?
No idea.
No.
Sounds like it needs some land. Maybe it's a Cherry Hills Village sort of thing.
Maybe. I don't know, but it's so sick.
Man, that sounds
yeah.
awesome.
Bowling alley. I need a bowling alley and a golf simulator. If I did that, I made it.
The golf set. That would be your number one.
Yes.
golf simulator.
Well, it's higher on my priority list.
Yeah.
But not higher on my ranking of if you have this, you made it. Because like I feel like if I really
Yeah.
wanted to, I could probably get a golf simulator now.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
true.
It
That's
would
true.
maybe stretch me a little thin in a few areas, but
Right.
a bowling alley,
would
you have
be-
to like build a custom house.
Yeah.
to
You
have a
do.
bowling
Yeah,
alley.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. Man, so check out Volo.
Check out Volo. Wow, what a deal.
If you don't have, if you're not the what, 0.1%, 0.01% of people that has a bowling alley in your house?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
it is pretty good.
All right. We put out the graphic or put out the poll over
point.
the week. What is it?
You can't eat chicken tenders and fries while drinking beer and playing basketball.
Exactly. The
The
vibes.
boys.
You-
Think of
it-
the boys, Zach.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess I'm thinking of different types of boys. There's definitely 2 different sets here.
Yeah. My boys want a bowl.
Now that sounds like you're talking about your kids
Henry has Midwestern
They probably would
vibes.
too.
with chicken tenders and beer.
Like, I feel like I'm much more likely to raise a professional bowler than a professional basketball player.
That's true. I
Give
feel
him
the
a
same
bowling
way
alley.
about myself as well.
It's probably like one of those things like I think it's like women's golf scholarships are the most unused or were the
Oh,
most
yeah.
unused for a long time. I wonder if like men's bowling scholarships are pretty available.
Yeah, probably.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
There's definitely D1 bowling.
Nebraska.
Wow.
That's what they're.
You can go to
That's
Creighton and get a scholarship.
Yeah.
Dang. Probably easier to get a bowling scholarship at Creighton than basketball.
Yes, definitely.
All right, let's jump into our March Madness. Mid-April Madness bracket.
We're like the NBA and NHL playoffs. We just drag on. You can't put us into a month box.
But we're almost done. We're down to the championship game. Were there any upsets? Do you think that Jerry Jeudy, Mr.
Nope.
Alabama, was able to pull off the upset over other Mr. Alabama, Pat Surtain,
Nope.
this weekend in our poll?
I'm going to say, I think I originally said Jerry might get 10%.
Yep.
That was way too high. I'm going to say Jerry got 3%.
Jerry got 3%. Henry, what do you think? Do you think Jerry pulled off the upset first?
Oh, hell no. No, he didn't come close. But the thing is, like, if I want to say, like, he took 3%. And a difference by 1 percentage point doesn't sound like a lot, but 4% is actually 33% more, which is a big swing. And so, like, I don't think he got all the way up to 4%. But 2% sounds tiny. Give me 2%. It's not 4%.
2%. You're talking milk now. Ryan? 1,669 votes.
Nice.
3% to
Oh,
Jerry
wow.
Jeudy.
That's-
Good call.
I'm
Spot
actually-
on.
I wanted 3%.
You did.
I'm mad that I got it perfectly because, like, that's public information. So now it just seems like I looked.
Yeah, it does. I thought that
I'm
was my
curious
first
about
thought.
this next one. Do you think you got this one? So you guys agree with that? Do you think that percentage is right? Like that dominant? Pat Surtain, that's the closest one Pat Surtain has had, by the way. Only getting 97% of the vote.
Yep. What was the question?
Is it that big of a separation? Like, is it that obvious that Pat Surtain's better than
Pat
Jerry
Surtain
Jeudy?
isn't that much better than Jerry Jeudy,
Right.
But it's that obvious that he's better than Jerry Jeudy that 97% of people know it.
Exactly. 97% of people should see one of those guys is the clear option here.
Yeah.
How much
And they did.
could it flip later this year
Wow.
and a year from now? Not flip where it's 97-3, but flip
Yes.
where Jerry Jeudy actually wins
This is my whole point about Jerry Jeudy. I think if the Broncos were to trade Jerry Jeudy, they would regret it so deeply. And I almost sort of believe he has a better chance of becoming that somewhere else.
Yeah.
But I
Yep.
don't want to, like, live in that world at all.
Yeah.
So I would just rather keep him on the Broncos, lower his chances of becoming a superstar a little bit, but make sure that he can't do it somewhere else.
So what I learned from you is Jerry Jeudy should demand a trade.
Probably, yeah.
Wow.
But in that's kind of
Like if
because
Jerry
of
Jeudy went and played with the Jets this year, or like,
yeah.
although I don't think Nathaniel Hackett would sign off on that. Obviously the Bills or
Yeah,
one of those
yeah,
teams.
yeah.
Even like I think if he's traded places with Justin Jefferson, he wouldn't be as good.
Yeah.
But he would put up crazy numbers.
And that's to you, both of your points of saying, no, you don't trade Jerry Jeudy for a second round pick. You only consider trading him for, as Henry put the line, a top 5 pick, a top 10 pick, and because of just the upside and talent and potential he has.
So yeah, let's just say that Sean Payton figures out a way to make Russell Wilson look like old Russell Wilson this year and gets his confidence back. Jerry Jeudy puts up like 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. Then next year he's getting good votes.
Yeah. I don't think that Jerry can win this poll unless Pat isn't an all-pro. He has to not make either all-pro team for Jerry to even
What if
have the
Jerry
door open.
won OPOY?
I still think Pat gets it.
Ooh.
Really?
If he's an all-pro again, like again, you're looking at like it could be close, but I still think that Pat Surtain winds up winning that poll.
Jerry has something going for him. Just an offensive player. You're going to get more recognition.
Yeah.
You're going to be in the highlights even more. And you're going to have the stats to back it up. When you look at a cornerback stats, a lockdown cornerback, and you look at Pat Surtain, you're like, only 2 interceptions. I would have thought a little more. Like nothing about a cornerback's stats, unless they lead the league in interceptions, really jumps off the page. But I do think it's going to take like a 1,500-yard season for Jerry Jeudy to take over Pat.
Pat also has something going for him, which is maybe the best uniform swag in the entire NFL.
True.
The combination of his name
Yeah.
on the back, Surtain II,
Yep.
the number 2,
Yep.
going with that perfectly. The arm sleeve that he rocks, the visor that he rocks, like he's like the perfect player in terms of just aesthetic.
And he looks like your build a player.
Yes,
Like
yes.
he fills out the jersey
Yep.
and just is like, he's a cornerback.
He's
Wow.
jacked. He has
Yep.
like dope
Yep.
tattoos.
Yep.
It's just like
Yep.
everyone, like he's amazing, and then he's
true.
just so easy to love. And
true.
Jerry, like, to be honest, he looked better in the 4 than the 10.
He could go back to the 4.
He could and should.
He does have
He
big
should.
4 vibes, doesn't he?
Yes.
He really does.
Ooh, don't say big 4 vibe. That sounds tough.
Oh, it's
for
not
the
like Brett Favre.
Broncos.
It's not Brett Favre. No, I mean like he's different. Like some of those guys, like you look at Jamar Chase, they put number 1 on him. It's like, yeah, I mean that guy's just like a freak in the way. Like Jerry's just a little bit weird. Like he has like those skinny little legs. He's a little bit pigeon-toed. Like the way he moves. Like I think like the 4 instead of just one of your traditional cool numbers makes a lot of sense.
I when they have made it available, I thought he was going back for sure. But since he was a first-round pick, they sold too many of his jerseys.
It's
He didn't
really
want
true.
to. He didn't want to pay that paycheck.
It's so true.
It's fair. I understand.
Speaking of top picks, Justin Simmons, a 3rd-round pick, our number 2 seed, going up against 2nd-round pick, our number 3 seed, Javonte Williams. When we previewed this, we all said Justin was going to win this. Probably pretty easy. Do you think that's what happened?
Yes, 81%.
Okay.
Ooh.
Henry, unlike last time, if you guess a different number than Ryan, you could be right.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Loser. Give me 17%.
So you went with 19% for Javonte. You went with 17%. Henry, you were not correct, but you were closer.
Yes.
16% of the vote went to Javonte
Close.
Williams.
You were one off both times.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's impressive. So,
If this was GeoGuessr, you would have beat me.
yeah, overall,
We gotta
you
get
would've
that
won.
going again. I just got billed. I'm not sure
For
if I hit.
GeoGuessr Premium.
Yeah, I just got like the email. It said like your GeoGuessr subscription is re-upped. I haven't played that game in like a
People
year.
that want
Just
to
probably
do
why
a
it came up now.
subscription service need to have Henry in their focus group.
Yeah.
That man
do
has
buy
so
into
many subscriptions.
Subscriptions,
Yeah.
very true.
Actually, that Washington Post thing, I couldn't remember my password, and so I wound up getting a free trial with a different email.
Oh
Just to
my
read the
God.
bowling?
Well, it was topical.
my
It was
gosh.
topical.
You didn't want to do forget password?
Dude, you need to get one of those apps that like tracks how many subscriptions you have, because I bet you have like 14 that you don't
I
even
know.
remember.
Just blowing
There's some weird ones in
$1,000 a
there.
month on subscriptions.
There's some weird ones in there. Occasionally you see one.
weird subscriptions.
Not weird.
What's her name?
No, it's not that. That would be not like sexual. That's
Who said that? I thought
Yeah,
you
no,
subscribed to
that's
like
you brought
Taylor
it up.
Swift's
No.
music service.
Did you hear she had a boyfriend?
Yeah, for 6 years.
Wait, what?
What? Yeah, Taylor Swift
Yeah.
has had a boyfriend.
Well, not
A
just
low-key
had
secret
a
boyfriend?
Yeah.
No, I watched actually her documentary on Friday night, and it was public
What a
in there.
Friday night.
Was
Oh,
that
I
on the
guess it-
subscription?
Was that after you finished bowling with the boys?
Blowing with the boys?
Bowling.
bowling with the
boy.
I mean, that would make
I was gonna say after
sense.
blowing with the boys, that'd be a weird thing to do.
that would be really weird. It's a band thing.
You actually might be right that it was public that she had a boyfriend, but who it was not known. I think maybe.
Who was it?
I don't know. They broke up.
Oh,
Yeah.
His name was like John or something.
there's gonna be some
Yeah.
banger songs coming up. from
Yeah,
Taylor Swift.
exactly.
But I thought hasn't she been making songs about breaking up with people? This has
Dude,
been 6 years.
I
So
don't
she's been through a
know.
lot of breakups. Like she can just call back to one if she needs some inspo.
Wow, I guess.
I don't know
How
how
old is she?
people that have boyfriends and girlfriends and husbands and wives make music because they're all about love and heartbreak and like cheating on someone. And I'm like, does your partner like read into this
Yeah.
at all?
I know.
or-
Yeah, I recently I have a new friend in the music industry.
Oh.
In the last
Oh.
couple of years, and I also know his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, man, like he'll drop a new song about like this long lost girl, and I'm like, huh. Does he
Yeah.
at least have to have a conversation?
Right.
Like, hey, look, I'm writing the song. It has nothing to do with anything. It
Yeah.
was just an idea for my label.
Right,
That
right.
people are really into this song. Like
Yeah.
the focus group said I should write
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. Or is that what he says? He or she says. Because I'm always wondering about, because every song, like 90% of bangers are always about love or something.
Yeah. And it's rarely
weird.
like about just like, I really love my significant other.
Yeah, no,
Everybody
no.
wants to whine in songs. I don't get it. Like that's my thing. Is like,
Most people aren't happy,
Yeah.
jeez.
sadly.
Ugh.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Also
exactly.
true.
That's what you blame it on.
Right.
How old do you think Taylor Swift is?
Again, I just watched the documentary.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got the expert here.
Got to be like right around my age.
I think
I'm going to say she's 30 flat.
I was gonna say
33.
Whoa.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
I was gonna
thought
say
you
2
meant-
years older than me, 33. Yeah.
That wow.
Wow.
I would
I was-
never. I would have always said her right around me, but definitely younger than me.
I would
Yeah.
have thought she's like 36. I feel like she's been around for forever.
She has. She's been around since she was like 15.
Yeah.
Huh.
So 18 years.
Which is
Was
wild.
she on like Disney Channel or something?
No.
I don't think so. No. Yeah, she's very country.
I don't like it.
You don't like
Just
it?
Taylor Swift.
That felt mean, so I changed it to it. Just the whole vibe. It's just not for me.
Damn, I love Taylor.
Yeah.
She's
Can't hate. Can't hate. Especially after I went to her concert. I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
holy
man.
shit.
That was a good concert.
Especially this concert
What a
coming
performer.
up. Apparently, she performs for over 3 hours straight,
Yeah, that's sick.
which is
Also,
nuts.
we talked just a tiny bit about the personal seat licenses.
Yep.
One of the perks would probably be that if you bought the personal seat license in a new stadium, you would get first access to things like a Taylor Swift concert. Again, like most of those, you don't really care about getting first access, but that one in particular would matter.
Yeah. You could buy and then sell, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could.
I mean,
yeah.
not the best
And-
approach, maybe, but
But I mean, they wouldn't be able to crack down as much.
Why wouldn't that be the best approach? That's definitely the best approach.
I mean, I guess it's capitalism, but
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, for those people,
For a concert,
it
it doesn't matter. For a game, then you might be selling it to
Yeah.
the wrong team.
right, right,
Like I just added season tickets to my Buff season tickets.
yeah.
Nice.
And like, it's such a good deal. But I'm like, if I was a bad person, I could easily sell these 2 extra seats I have to the Nebraska game and
Yep.
pay for all 4 of my season
Yep.
tickets and then some.
You would also be banned from buying season tickets ever again.
Yeah, and
That'd
also
be the
just I would be
downside.
a spineless,
Yeah,
soulless troll.
you
Yeah.
couldn't do that.
No.
No. But actually, that's a good point about those PSLs to kind of wrap it into the Broncos.
Little
is
perks.
If well, not only a little perk, but one Taylor Swift concert could pay off how much you had to pay for
Yeah.
that PSL.
Oh, for sure.
Or, you know,
Yep.
even if the Broncos just get one of these massive events a year, that will, and
Mm-hmm.
you buy the tickets and then you sell them again, that will pay it off pretty darn soon. Because these Taylor Swift tickets, how much were they originally? Like $200 or $300?
No, more than that.
Oh,
I think they're
initial?
selling
Oh,
now.
like the
Yeah.
initial, yeah.
And now they're selling for like 1,000 minimum.
Yeah.
Maybe even
At-
more.
When they first hit the secondary market, they were going for like 10,000.
crazy.
But
Oh
now
my
the market has
gosh.
corrected itself.
but
a
I
little
still
bit.
think it's like $1,800. So I mean, you make up $500 right there on your PSL.
I know.
It's crazy.
I think I might still try to go,
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw her once.
especially because Allie really wants to go.
Yeah. You have to. You gotta start saving now.
But
though.
it's got the price has to be at least reasonable.
Cheaper than Super Bowl tickets.
Yeah.
What would you rather do, Taylor Swift or Super Bowl?
Really?
Come on.
What
We're
kind
on
of
a
question
football
is that?
podcast, bro.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
question is
I
There's
I
probably
agree with
one
you.
person in this building right now who would say Tay Swift.
And they should be kicked out.
Should be
I mean,
kicked
I'm
out.
just saying.
I don't think so.
I guess fired is the word for job. It's not club. We're not bowling with the boys.
Yeah, that's true. We're not bowling with the boys, but we are voting on a champion. Stay tuned to @DNVR_Broncos on Twitter tonight through tomorrow. We're going to put this out. Pat Surtain against Justin Simmons. Do we all think it's going to be Pat who wins this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you start making the graphic now for Pat Surtain, best Bronco champion?
Wow.
Yeah, you probably feel pretty safe about that. Although
Yep.
Justin Simmons has blown all these away. Against Javonte Williams, he won 84% of the vote, and that was the closest he's had.
So predict the spread. I'm gonna say, well, I'll set the number. Justin Simmons over under 10.5% of the vote.
That's exactly what I would have set it at, too. I'm going to go slightly over because of the All-Pro and Pro Bowls he has.
And longevity.
Yeah.
I'll go under.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I don't
Yep.
like the over, but I'm going to do it.
I set it at 10.5 because I think it's going right at 10. So
Yep.
I'll say under.
I literally like 11. So when I said that was a good line, I thought it was a really good line.
Thanks.
Henry, did you bring... I noticed that your eyes aren't sunburnt. Did you bring your Shady Rays?
They're still in my suitcase.
So
Did you
brought
bring them to
To San Diego.
Yeah. That's
Yes.
what I meant. Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh,
Because
rate San Diego, scale of 1 to 10.
oh,
That's a tough one. Wow. So, I mean, you have things like the zoo. Big points there.
Hilarious
Massive
thing that
points.
happened. So like, oh gosh, how did this happen? I don't know. Somehow Allie saw that you guys were at the zoo, and it was just the most I was like, yep, that sounds just about right.
No, yeah, I mean that's incredible. Why else would you go to San Diego? So they have the zoo.
Would you ever go to a zoo in a different? Yeah, me neither.
It's the best
very
zoo.
It's very much you. Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Okay,
I
You
think I
guys-
actually have literally been to the San Diego Zoo, but that's when I was like 5.
That's
Yeah,
incredible. You got that. The USS Midway aircraft carrier, also sick. Whale watching, sick.
Yeah.
There's also large stretches of San Diego where it just like shops. And
In
so
a
like
big
that
city,
kind of
makes
stuff
sense.
is just like, I don't.
Doesn't do much for you.
It's like, oh, look, they sell pants and shirts here, but they're different than the mall. I don't know. Like, so there is a lot of that sort of stuff. Or like there's that Coronado Island. Not a fan of that at all.
Did you do it? Did you go?
Yeah, we walked out
Okay.
there. But again, it's just like you just walk down the sidewalk and go in the shops. And I'm not walking in a shop. If I'm going shopping, I know what I'm getting. I'm going to the grocery store. I'm
Good
going to the
point.
pants store. I'm going to whatever. I'm not just...
I love the pants.
One of the
store.
things Lexi said was like, what if something catches your eye? It's like, I've never had my eye caught by a
Wow.
shop.
I was gonna say except
Yeah.
for you.
So there's a lot
You're
of
the only
stuff like
thing that
that.
catches my eye. That would have been a great line.
Yeah, it had big Vale vibes. Where it just,
Coronado or
Coronado.
See,
yeah.
I love Vale.
See,
so
I
you're
hate Vale.
selling me
Which
on
again,
it.
it's just like there's just nothing to do. Like you just walk, it's like, oh, time to go sit and drink now, I guess, and it's gonna be expensive. So I don't know. There were parts that I like, and so I will give it a 7.5.
Okay.
which is perfect because it's always 75 degrees.
Yeah,
outside.
it's
Wow,
really
it is
true.
perfect. But yeah, it's like the zoo's really good. The ships, I like the whale watching, things like that. When it comes to like the beaches are like
Food, that's
Beaches
usually the
are
first thing
mad.
I rate when I go to a
Oh.
place.
That's true. He hasn't even brought
Food
it
is
up.
good. Food is good. It can be a little overpriced, but it was generally worth it. Yeah,
Some,
food
like,
was
fish
good.
tacos.
Yeah.
I never got the
Shrimp
fish tacos.
tacos?
I got some fish, but never in the taco form. Got a couple different crab cakes.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, San Diego's a good place.
All right, all right.
Man, did you know that you were at the San Diego Zoo one day before Russell Wilson and Sierra and family were there?
I did not.
Yeah, they were there yesterday.
Also, I saw that. Did you see the Easter picture?
No.
From Russ?
I'm not totally sure that it was from this year. It kind of looks like it was, but it was just weird. Like,
The selfie at the table?
no,
Oh.
it was the one. I think they got their kids like a all white inflatable bouncy house and had like a
Oh,
woman
I
with
didn't
bunny
see
ears come
this.
over in a dress for Easter theme, and they had
You
like
don't like that?
balloons like all attached that were all cute and Easter colors to the outside of the bouncy. I was like, this is.
It's too much happiness being too nice to your kids.
I don't know.
Not
it's
a
just
fan.
it's just a different world. It's like,
It
hey kids,
is,
wake
definitely.
up. There's just this super bougie bouncy house out here. That's just I don't know.
You know what's funny is that whenever there's like a holiday that we're kind of like commandeering from another culture,
Yeah.
such as St. Patrick's Day,
Yeah.
I take it upon myself to like know what the holiday actually is. I feel like I just, I owe it to this culture to at least know what we're celebrating.
Yeah.
That doesn't apply to me for like religious holidays. Like I have no idea what Easter is about.
That's a pretty simple one. It's a real classic. This isn't like I get that there's a couple you're like, okay. I mean that's just Jesus coming back to life.
Okay. all right.
There we go.
That feels like
Not
there's
coming
like
back
4
to
different
life,
versions
just
of that.
rising
From the dead.
to the above.
I feel like you guys don't know either.
We know Easter. But yeah, it's like this sort
Wow.
of thing.
That's a lot.
I don't know, like it's a lot of like planning and preparation.
Oh, yeah. They probably don't do it, though.
Man, they
No.
must really love
Yeah.
their kids. How dare they?
Oh, look at that. Look at that Easter colored just outfits. It's very Easter themed.
Yeah. I don't know.
You know, that picture
Cody
is...
says Glad Hank isn't my dad.
yeah, seriously.
Oh yeah, right. You would just spend a week at the zoo, so
That's
I
true.
bet you'll take that back.
A day at the zoo.
I don't know.
A day at the zoo.
It's like a guarantee that Henry's kid's gonna be one of those
It was-
like animal kids.
Oh, big
It is
time.
crazy. Like Henry probably hates kids. It's like, yeah, I just went to a zoo. How could I not hate kids right now? They're just running around. They're just
You
screaming.
chose. You chose.
You?
I did choose, but again, like the kids are just like
They just have
won't-
they're just joyful.
Yeah, he
They're
hates
they're
happy.
also just like trying
It's
to
like
like,
how you don't
weave
like
between
dogs.
your
Yeah.
legs.
He doesn't
and
like
stuff.
anything that just brings happiness into the world.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I-
anyways, you had your shady race.
Oh, I mean, you can see the lines
Yeah,
right
you,
there.
You really can.
Yeah.
You can. And
Whoops.
use that code DNVR over at Shady Rays, and you're going to get 50% off when you buy 2 pairs of Shady Rays. So if you're going to leave one in your suitcase, then you're just going to have another one at 50% off with you
Wow.
at all times. And if you lose them, you have another one. If you break them, you have another one. If you go into the ocean in San Diego and lose a pair, you have one, a backup pair. My dad actually did that when I went to San Diego. He
Oh.
lost his pair in the ocean.
Wow.
But if he would have had Shady Rays, he would have had a backup plan right there. So use that code DNVR for 50% off over at Shady Rays.
So Val said, Hank wishes there was an adult-only zoo.
Oh my god!
Actually, if you remember,
He
I
would
don't even
pay
know
a
if you have.
subscription for that.
Okay, as a zoo member, I can tell you that you can just go. They have like night zoo times where it's like cocktail zoo. Again, like that's a bit much. I
Wait,
don't need.
No, that actually sounds appealing.
If that's what gets you to go, let's go.
All right.
What's on display at that
Animals.
adult-only zoo with
Animals.
cocktails?
Actually,
Animals.
most animals are more active at night, but then there's some. Oh, what do they call that? I just learned this
Nocturnal?
word. Not nocturnal. No. That yes, that is what that is. But there's one that means at dusk and dawn.
Oh, like bears.
It's like porpoisinal.
You could tell me.
We'll take your
idea.
word for
Let
it.
me.
Anyways,
I learned that word yesterday. I was gonna use it
also, I
today.
want to give a shout out to our friends over at FOCO, where you can get in on a sweet fit that you could rock to the zoo and rep the Broncos at the same time.
yes.
Get like a little Bucky hat.
Yeah.
Shade your face from the sun while you're walking around looking
Yep.
at various species. A little Broncos Hawaiian shirt. Feel like that's a vibe at the zoo.
Yep. Especially San Diego Zoo.
Yep. Some shorts and Broncos Crocs.
Ooh.
I feel like I've seen this exact outfit
Yep.
on display at the zoo.
Crocs got to be a good zoo.
Oh,
shoe.
great! Yeah, great zoo.
Breathable.
You gotta put them in sport mode for sure.
Oh, yep.
Because it's a lot of walking.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can definitely rock your Broncos Crocs that you got from FOCO at the zoo. Be nice and comfortable. Get some serious support for the bottom of your feet. So get over to FOCO. Get in on everything they have. Maybe you just want like pennants, which is a little more normal, and
Could be.
you could have
Yeah.
that. Just use the code DNVR while you're over there for 10% off your order.
I was thinking of crepuscular.
Of course.
It's
How'd
not
you
quite
miss that up?
porcupine-ish or whatever you said.
No, it wasn't great. I did see a porcupine though.
Oh, nice.
Ah,
Yeah.
I bet you did.
Do you do the snakes?
Oh, I do. Lexi was not a fan.
Nope.
It was weird. Like she started like, and she like seized up. I was like, because it took. I was like, we went through the whole zoo, which is something a lot of people said we could not do. It's like you can't do that zoo in one day. I got the map. I had everything all planned out. We did it.
Did you do you're like a 50-year-old dad
Yes.
that's like planning out the vacation. He's like, all right,
Yeah.
he's got a pen out.
You know
like,
he's got the
first we're
hat
gonna hit the
on.
whales.
Yeah, that is. But the thing is, like, I just want to plan it for me and not for kids. I don't need the kids to be happy. But yeah. But so then the end was the reptile house, and so we kind of like. It took a lot of convincing. We got through the first little turn, and she started like, I don't know, like she was
became a
seizing up.
snake.
No, because there was a lot of arm movement, which obviously a snake. No, but it was I don't know. I guess her stepsister had a snake and used to like let it out when she was a kid.
Nope.
And so
Nope.
the snake would just be going around the room. And she always thought I'd get under the door or something.
Yeah,
So,
nope.
so now she has like a snake thing.
I don't blame her.
I thought we'd fix her.
I am like truly
Didn't work.
fascinated by snakes. Like I don't like or dislike them, but the fact that they can move like that is so cool.
Yeah.
There is nothing fascinating about snakes.
The way they move is absolutely
they are
fascinating.
I have to
Fascinating.
close my eyes when it comes on like a TV. I can't look
you
at
and
them on
Allie
TV.
That's what
Can't do
that's what
it.
she does. Yeah. Also, whale watching super sick because you have to go like 10 miles out into the ocean, and then like the guy at the thing is like, we see some birds out there. Now, typically the birds mean that there's a school of fish. You can see them circling. We see a couple dolphins in the area, which means, and so then you get out there, it's like the whales are like trying to work up, and then the dolphins and the seals, and it's like a whole ecosystem.
Dang,
Yeah,
that
it was
is
wild.
cool. That is cool. You know what else is cool?
What?
Our player profile
forgot about that.
candidates. I can't wait for this. We're starting this today. Every day leading up to the draft, we are going to preview one player we think the Broncos can draft, likely in that third round, whether it's first pick, 67, second pick, 68. And we did this last year, and we hit a couple of players.
The names that we hit last year are truly insane. Greg Dulcich was on the list.
Yep.
Nick Benito was on the list.
Yep. Boom, boom.
Tariq Woolen was on the list.
Yep.
Probably the best pick of that
Yeah.
spot of the draft. Jelani Woods was on the list. Trying to think of some other ones. I mean, there's 4 just bangers.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
there. And we're going to give you some bangers. And so let's start off today with a cornerback from Utah.
Clark Phillips III. So let's see. What do we need to know? You guys can kind of see up there. He was super productive. I think he had 9 interceptions in college, which is an awesome number. Coming out, he was like the number 6 cornerback in his recruiting class. Obviously a little bit small, probably limited to the slot. 4.51 40 time. So again, not really a blazer, and you combine that with the size, and all of that makes you think that if you stick him outside, you might not be getting the best results. And that's why, despite being so productive, and I think he gave up like a 68 passer rating last year, there's a lot of stuff to like. There are some physical limitations. And what he's best at is he's just a super smart player, knows how to read quarterbacks' drops. They'll jump passes at just the right time. He knows where the ball is going to go. Quick, agile, but just not like a straight line burner type.
I love this pick for the Denver Broncos specifically. He's not for every team, but when Andre and I talked about him last week, Andre compared him to Darren Williams, the late, great Darren Williams, especially not just the type of player he is, aggressive, kind of risky. He's going to get beat a little bit, but he's also going to get and be a playmaker, get a lot of interceptions, break on the balls a lot. But specifically, Darren Williams played with Champ Bailey. Champ Bailey shut down cornerback. So on the other side, you had Darren Williams, a playmaker, where they're going to throw to Darren's side a lot, and they did, and Darren was able to make plays. They're not going to throw to Pat Surtain's side, just like Champ Bailey. They didn't throw to his side a lot. So on the other side, you want someone that's going to be able to capitalize on being thrown to a lot. And Clark Phillips III, that is exactly what he does. Now, he's going to get beat a couple of times, but you have Justin Simmons over top. You have like a great safety net here. So I love that combination. And this isn't a knock on Damari Mathis. I'm viewing just this player right now. He would be such a great compliment to Pat Surtain.
Not my kind of guy.
Oh, that's true. He's not your kind of guy.
He's not my kind of guy. 3.3 RAS score.
Ooh.
And that doesn't mean that a player can't be good, right?
Yeah.
But he's just a different style of guy. You know, he makes his money with his mind, and he makes his money with, you know, some good ball skills and that sort of thing.
Yep.
But not particularly fast, not particularly big, not particularly strong, not particularly bouncy.
Yeah.
It's a hard one to sell me on. And to be honest, it's a hard one to sell George Payton on. But also, is George Payton making the picks? We don't really know or really think so.
Man, 3.3 RAS is tough.
Yeah.
It is tough.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we talked about the Jackson Smith and Jigba Rose Bowl game against Utah. Clark Phillips was electric in that game. He had a pick 6. He forced another fumble. Like, he didn't give up. I think he gave up like 36 receiving yards total. The production is crazy. And you do wonder if this is one of those guys. I mean, like, as a slot corner, the easy route to go is just Chris Harris. It's like, yeah, were the tools really there? Nope, not at all. But he knew what he was going to do. And I guess learning from Champ Bailey and all that stuff helped. But he turned out to be a great player.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if you've put Clark Phillips in the slot, you have Damari on the other side. And who knows, maybe when you only have 2 corners on the field, it could be Clark Phillips out there as well. That group could be great. Like, I think it's easy to see. Also, like, you get the Phillips with the 3 on the jersey and that sort of stuff. I don't know. They could
be your number 3. You got 2.
Oh.
Yeah, Russell.
Yeah, 3 is taken, but
Yeah. I don't know.
who knows for how long.
I wonder if this turns out to be a really good football player, and because he was so good in college, 5 years from now, people look back and say, NFL kind of screwed up on that one.
Yep.
Yeah, and again, I get it. RAS can't be the only thing you care about, but for me, when a player is really productive and then doesn't have the testing scores, it leaves the question, will they be that productive when the speed of the game increases? And that's why RAS matters to me, because I look for the combination of production and great RAS, because it's like, okay, now we know they have the athletic ability to make it at this level. And we've seen them ball out on the field. He's missing one. You're right. I wonder what Chris Harris Jr.'s RAS would have been back in the day. Not great. So it doesn't end everything. Like I said, just not my style of player. I like to use those athletic traits to kind of smooth out the transition.
Speaking of your style of players, he's like the opposite of Tariq Woolen last year. Tariq Woolen, extremely raw player. The production, not necessarily there because he was still moving into that cornerback position, if I remember correctly. He'd only had a few years there, but like a 10 RAS. I mean, just perfect RAS score. And Phillips, the opposite. He has so much production. He has incredible tape, but really bad RAS. So interesting.
And those are the high value guys. Is your long, lanky press man outside, like 4-4 flat type speed guys, and that's who gets drafted early. Again, if you're putting Clark in the slot, then all of a sudden the testing doesn't matter nearly as much. But are you willing to use a 3rd round pick on a slot cornerback? Like, the value of that position just is not. It doesn't line up with drafting somebody right there unless you really do think that that's an elite player. And then you also look and say, cool, you have Pat Surtain. Your 2 and 3 are now both sub 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
Is that how you want to build that room? Maybe not.
So how many of these guys do we have? How many profiles are we doing leading up to the
16,
draft?
18?
14 or 15, I think.
14
There's a
to
couple
15.
extras if that last week we want
Yeah.
to get through more.
I'm excited for this. I love
Yeah.
this
Yeah, me too.
exercise.
Me too.
Gives us a little baseline on all these guys, and when we get around to the draft, hopefully the Broncos take some guys that we've already talked about and like. But even when the other guys go off the board, we'll say, oh, I remember that guy. So-
The other thing I noticed when going back and watching, a lot of the plays he made were on throws to the boundary. And so that has a lot to do with the college quarterbacks generally don't have the arm strength to make those throws. Plus, it's going left hash to the right sideline is further in college than the NFL. And so there is more time to get in there and make that play.
Yep.
And it did feel like a whole lot of what he did was jump that sort of route.
So are you not a fan?
I wouldn't say he's like my guy,
You're
but
just
I'm
like-
also like
you're
not
kinda-
anti.
okay,
It's like if
okay.
they make the pick, you understand exactly what they're going to do. Like
So
he's
you're
going to
kinda-
hopefully
you're kinda
take that job
middling
from
on
K1.
him.
Yeah.
I love it, and you don't like it.
Yep.
As of right now.
That's
Yeah,
good.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
You know what else I like? Winning money. You know what else I like even more than that? Winning bonus money for pretty much free. All you have to do that at DraftKings Sportsbook, place a $5 bet on NBA basketball, and you're going to get $150 if that team you pick wins. Just place a $5 money line bet on basketball and get $150 free dollars in bonus bets. And we got 2.5 weeks till the draft, but we get playoff hockey, playoff basketball to take us through. Then who do you guys want the Nuggets to play?
Don't care.
Don't care at all.
I know that. So I was happy that you got the Suns Clippers in the first round.
Yeah.
Clippers might be able to beat the Suns.
Now
that match up
PG's
well.
out.
Yeah, but I mean that was kind of assumed. If he's back eventually, but if they win that series, then you get to play Clippers, which is nice.
Yeah.
Everything kind of felt perfectly, but you want the Lakers to win. I think get them to the 7th. Just don't deal with it.
The only thing that scares me about
Agreed.
the Lakers is literally the refs.
Yeah, and there's nothing that scares me about the other team. So it's just like Lakers, go ahead, take number 7.
Yep.
And after that, it's like, I mean,
As
the
opposed to
Pelicans would
8.
kind of suck. If Zion comes back, that'd be a tough break.
Why would Zion come back just for the playoffs? That seems like a really bad idea.
I mean, that's what it's all about.
I know,
True.
but you're going from 0 to 1,000.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's kind
It's
of
dangerous.
the Jamal Murray question from
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
Is do you bring him back right now, or do you just say get ready for next year?
Well, and I think if I remember correctly, with like 2 weeks left in the season, it was like, all right, he kind of has to come back now. If he doesn't, then it's probably not going to happen. And
Right.
it didn't.
Right. And so Zion's still not back.
Also, apparently, Shams just reported that the Pelicans don't think that Williamson will play in the first round.
you go.
Williamson, how proper of you.
I
Or
would
he
love
could
to see
miss
the
the first round.
Timberwolves.
Oh my gosh. Pretty easy to get under their skin, huh?
Dude, what the hell?
yeah.
It's the last game of the season. You've got one guy punching a teammate, the other guy punching a wall.
And fracturing
are
his
so
hand,
dumb.
right?
Now both are
It's
out for
so
the play
dumb.
game. How can that happen?
It's
Yeah.
so bad. Fire everyone at that
Yeah.
point.
And it's like, in theory, it's kind of sketchy going up against a team with 2 centers. But then you're like, well, it's Rudy Gobert and it's Karl Anthony Towns. Like, Jokic wasn't torching those guys for 5 years now. Like,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah, not too worried.
The only thing that can worry you is the refs, and they only
Exactly.
apply to the Lakers.
Specifically with the
Which
Lakers.
means
Okay, so that's
I'll help them get through and get this 7 seed.
Wait, can the Lakers still could be the 8th seed?
If
They
they
would have
lose
to
the
lose
first, win the
one
second.
to
Win.
the Wolves, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And then win against the winner of
OKC.
OKC
So then-
and
New Orleans.
So then all we want this week is Lakers beat the Timberwolves. So we're actually cheering
Yeah.
for the Lakers in one game.
I
Yeah.
won't do that, but
but you will.
It's just
If
for
it's
the
better
Nuggets.
for the Nuggets.
I just don't,
You know what, Ryan? I'm not going to make you say it. I'm not going to make you say it, but we understand what you're saying. But if you want to bet on this, go to DraftKings Sportsbook. Use that promo code DNVR when you sign up and download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. In Massachusetts, call 800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. In New York, call 1-800 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Kansas, call 1-800-522-4700 on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and
Come
Resort
on.
in Kansas. 21 plus in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources.
I'm going to have to have
Nice.
a conversation with someone after this podcast.
I had 2 conversations to make sure I had to read all that. And I was told, yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We'll see about that. All right.
Please help me.
We got a few minutes. We got a few minutes here for a couple questions. Let's go to Super Chats first. First one from Edward says, "Yo guys, my birthday is in a few weeks and I plan on coming into the DNVR bar and celebrating my birthday. First birthday I've had off in years. Keep up the good work. DB4L." Hell yeah, Edward.
Let's go.
Let us know what day you'll be here for sure. Maybe a Nuggets playoff game, Avs playoff game.
I love it.
Avs are.
Oh, man.
They might do it again. Give me Landy and we're repeating.
Wait, by the way, let's hand out our DraftKings Sportsbook Pick of the Week right now because it is Avs. I think right now you're really running out on value to get in on the Avs. What I like right now, because the East and the Bruins is so good, you still get plus money of the Avs to win the West, plus 275.
Wow.
In one series from now, that's going to be like plus 150. In another series, it's going to be minus, 300. So get in on it now. I still like it. Plus 275 for my DraftKings Sportsbook Pick of the Week.
Feeling pretty good about my Nuggets and Avs both to win the West parlay at plus 2750.
Yeah,
I've
that's
still got
good.
the both teams plus the 2 Boston teams, which
Wow.
feels sick.
Wow.
I mean, like the Bruins are like the best season in NHL history.
Yeah.
Celtics, I mean, we know the Sixers are frauds.
Yeah.
Bucks just have Giannis.
Bucks lost by 40 points last time they played the Sixers or the Celtics.
No
They are
games count for
trash.
the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
in my
that's true.
opinion.
It's fair.
All right.
Henry, DraftKings?
Yeah, so I'm a little bit disappointed. I wanted to take the under on whatever the Rockies' win total is for the rest of the season, but I can't. Apparently, that's not up. There's no updated. So just take the Rockies to lose tonight. Let's see, who do they play? They play the Cardinals, minus 145. Take the Cardinals to win that one.
Yeah, that's
Ooh, it's Armand pitching. That scares me a little. Not enough to not do it. Just take the Cardinals. Sadness has come.
There we go. That's our DraftKings Sportsbook Pick of the Week. Next,
Avs to win the cup plus 650.
There we go. Love it. Plus 650. Will Jock, see you tonight, RK.
Yeah. AFC Championship game.
How you feeling?
I feel fantastic. Super excited for this. Super excited to face him. And if I beat him, then I get a chance to avenge my only loss of the season
wow.
in the Super Bowl.
Wow.
That's a good storyline right there.
Yeah, yeah.
It sounds like you're already overlooking Will, though. How does
Nope.
that make you feel, Will?
You did just skip. That was
Yeah.
He didn't-
Honestly, though,
did
whoever
look
wins this
past.
Super Bowl is gonna earn it. Like there's no cakewalk in this.
What time's
Yeah.
the game? Tonight?
5:30 tonight.
I won
go.
4 games. That should tell you something about.
I
all
won
this.
4 games, too.
Wow, you guys were close in second place, tied for second place in the
Really
DNVR
true.
standings.
It's really true. Spencer also tied, I believe, right?
No, I think he won like 2.
Oh, no, because I
Loser.
finished last in our division. And he's
Oh.
in my division. I think we all finished with 4.
You guys
no.
all had 4, so all 3 of you combined had 4 less wins than me.
Damn.
Who
when
has
you
the
put
number
it
1
that
pick?
way, I have the 5th.
See, I got to find who has the number 1 pick. Because I've got Bryce Young. I've got a sick pick.
Check this
I
out.
might be able
though.
to get Arch.
Will joined the league 7 Madden seasons ago.
Okay.
We've both made the playoffs every single season. We've both been in the same conference every single season. Never met in the playoffs until today.
Wow, that is weird.
How do you even remember that?
He actually messaged me, that. But I knew he never played in the playoffs because we've just been, every year we talk about it.
Yeah, and
Likely
then it never
happening, and
happens.
it never happens.
Wow. We got 1 minute. Let's hit a couple more questions, or a question at least from the count says, the more I think about Hank as a pet owner, the less I think about Mac Jones as a Bronco. And that makes me
So
sad
true.
because I think I want both to happen and believe that I can manifest each situation if I pondered hard enough. Love the count. Would you rather have Mac Jones in Denver or a cat?
I don't know. I feel bad for that cat.
Yeah, so Mac in Denver is your answer. I like
guess.
that. I like that.
I guess. Wow.
You used to be a big Mac Jones guy.
Yeah, but then we watched him and it's just there's not enough juice there.
Changing
yourself.
opinions is good.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have an open mind.
Finally, we appreciate that about me.
Last one from Nash Bronco says, I want nothing to do with Mac Jones, but not for any of the reasons you guys talked about. I don't like his attitude and his reputation as a dirty player. Look it up. Average quarterback, maybe. And some drama? No thanks. Stidham is probably better anyways. Wow, is that your burner account?
No, it's not.
I kind of wish Russ would go spikes up into someone after this.
It's like, how
That'd
does
be
a
great.
quarterback get labeled dirty player?
It's crazy. He's done some dirty shit.
He
Twist
does.
some ankles at the bottom of piles. That'll get you the call of dirty.
I still just think about all the Mac Jones stories from Bama. Like when they're doing the drill where he has to like throw the ball away. Or no, the Hail Mary drill against like the starting defense when he's on the scout team. He's just like, no, you guys are going to drop back. I'm just going to scramble and run for 45 yards. Just dives into the end zone.
All right,
No diving in
we're
practice.
over our time limit.
Saban hated him.
So, in respect for Yaya, we are going to wrap up the show here. And Yaya just said we couldn't go any longer.
Who's scheduling things for 1 o'clock?
Hey, there's
Everybody-
only so
That's
many
not on
hours in
us.
the day.
You guys are the only one that goes over an hour, just to be clear.
Yes,
usually
every
does an
day.
hour.
Every
Listeners,
day.
you should appreciate that. All right, we're going to end here. We will talk to you guys tomorrow. Plenty more to talk about. See you guys.